What's good, peeps? Thanks always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, very quick video. Let's talk about Dillian Whyte for a few minutes. I'm not even going to touch on the B sample. So if you're watching this video hoping that I somehow discuss the B sample, then unfortunately I won't. Just because A, I'm fucking tired of it, if I'm honest with you. And B, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's going on. The only thing I do know, and that you guys probably know yourself, is that there is a hearing scheduled, I think, for sometime in October. That's all I know. I will say this, though. It is one of the strangest things I've seen in boxing. And I've seen some strange shit in boxing. But this is one of the most strangest things I think I've ever seen. And even if Dillian Whyte gets cleared, and it looks like he will be cleared, if you listen to what Eddie Hearn says, I think Eddie Hearn seems confident that he will be cleared. Cleared of what? I don't know. But if he is cleared, regardless, and I'm a Dillian Whyte fan, there will always now be an asterisk associated with Dillian Whyte. Unfortunately, that's always going to be the case. Anyway, let's move on from that until we get more information. Let's not just make videos speculating. Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz. I said this. I said about 3 weeks ago, I think, on This Week in Boxing, when I was talking about Dillian Whyte and the B sample, I said it wouldn't shock me if Dillian Whyte fights on the undercard of AJ versus Ruiz. And a few people shot me down. You know who you are. You shot me down immediately. Well, lo and behold, Eddie Hearn done an interview the other day with IFL TV. I think it was yesterday with Kugan Cassius. Spoke about Dillian Whyte. And he said that Dillian Whyte could appear on the undercard of AJ versus Andy Ruiz. The reason I said it back then was because Eddie Hearn was talking about this fight card being the biggest fight card and this and that and this and that. And look, regardless of the undercard, I still think the main attraction obviously will be AJ versus Andy Ruiz, right? You could almost just have that as a single fight. But he made it sound like he really is going to stack the card. And you kind of look around that card and you think, okay, you're not impressed with the names he supposedly might stack it with. I mean, he's talked about Kell Brook fighting on the card. It won't be against anyone, really. There's been talk about Liam Smith versus Vargas on the card for Munguia's vacated WBO 154-pound title. There's been talks about Scott Quigg, versus Jonah Carroll on the card. And I think he's mentioned Povetkin. He always mentions Povetkin as well now. So those have been the names. That doesn't excite me. I mean, they could be good fights, right? Jonah Carroll versus Scott Quigg could be a very good fight. So could Liam Smith versus Vargas. But in terms of appealing to the casual fans, that isn't exciting. Hence why I mentioned Dillian Whyte at the time. Let's be honest, I don't know if people know this, or they should know anyway. You all should know. Dillian Whyte's not banned. There is no ban. I think the hearing really is just a peace of mind thing, right? Just to say, okay, no, you've done no wrong, you're okay, and announce it to the world. He isn't banned at all. So he can fight on this card, regardless of the outcome of the hearing. He can fight on this card. I mean, obviously, it would be good for him if the British Boxing Board of Control and UK had come out and say he did absolutely nothing wrong, which would be strange, but that would be good for him. So he can fight on the card regardless. And Eddie Hearn has mentioned that he would like him to fight again this year. This is the biggest card this year. I guess the question now, if he does find himself on the card, is who does he fight? Michael Hunter said he wants to be on the card. Would he risk it against Michael Hunter? Don't know. It's quite a risky fight, that one. Povetkin has been linked with every single card, but Povetkin's name has been linked with this card as well. Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte makes sense. The name I'm hearing, and I pray to the Lord Almighty that this guy doesn't get the opportunity, is Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller's ban is up in 3 weeks. Obviously, he needs to apply for his boxing license. Or can he apply for a Saudi license? I don't know. But Jarrell Miller's free to fight. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, surely not. Surely not Jarrell Miller versus Dillian Whyte on the undercard of AJ Ruiz. I mean, what a punishment, eh? What a punishment for Jarrell Miller. Come back, boom, undercard of AJ versus Ruiz. Can't happen. Can't happen. If I'm honest with you, I think it's unlikely that Dillian Whyte is on this card, but the fact that Eddie mentioned it says they're looking, right? I guess it comes down to opponent rather than him just being on the card fighting a nobody. I don't think Dillian Whyte wants to do that. He's only had one fight this year. When was Chisora? Was Chisora December? It was December, wasn't it? So he's only had one fight this year, Oscar Rivas. He wants another fight this year. He doesn't want to go through 2019 having one fight. But I do wonder if he wants to take on and risk losing his WBC ranking by taking on someone tough. I don't know. But yeah, that's the news. Peace.